Hello, everyone. Just watching a random game here. Um, so, first off, there's a Deck Devastators tournament coming up on February 17th. Everyone make sure to enter that. Secondly, I was working on videos for like my last two tournament runs. I had a tournament run at the HRC tournament back in October and a run at one of the RBETs. It was like literally the week after, and that was in September. And I topped both of those. For the HRC, I actually won the whole tournament with Vayu. And so I was working on videos for those for like a long time, and I kept trying to edit them together, and they never turned out in a way that had me satisfied. So what I'll be doing is I just figured I would just stream myself going over all the replays so the replays are out there public somewhere. And this will be preserved that way rather than me editing the videos, because that was just, it was taking like hours and hours, and it was just like, they weren't even going to come out that great. So it was not worth it. And like one of the recordings where I recorded over my, commentary on them, I actually was like bouncing my leg, just like, like a nervous thing that people do where like, like tapping on something or bouncing your leg, right? And like it like ruined the entire audio, and I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, yeah, I guess I'll just get into it. Yeah, it appears that I am. Okay. So feel free to comment. I know a lot of people are probably watching Beast Mode stream right now. He's streaming there's like an Edison Tengu goat tournament right now. So I don't blame people if they'd rather watch that instead. But, oh, did my internet die? I worry my internet may have died. Hello, hello, hello? No. My internet's been so bad lately. Looks like we're back. Okay, well, let's give it a shot, and hopefully the stream doesn't die completely. Here it is, over here. I'll start with the HRC tournament. 1 second, actually. Here we go. So over here. Man, my computer is being really slow right now. My internet is. Yeah, I'll see if I can, if this tournament run goes fine and people are interested, we can maybe do the second one, but no, I guess I shouldn't promise too much right away. So yeah, I entered this one with Vayu, and I actually would not run this same list if I were going to do it again. I played in a tournament in West Palm Beach actually pretty recently, like an IRL one. And I was running a list that was more similar to James's, with like 2 Sirocco, 3 Caius, and I was running, let's just show both hands right now, since I got the info off of Dashu. So yeah, I was like, at this point, it's like some hero monstrosity. I forget what I put back. I think I put the Stratos back, okay. But yeah, I entered this tournament in West Palm Beach with Vayu, and I played 2 Sirocco, 3 Caius, and Return. And I found that Return was like, it just went insane for me. So I haven't played Vayu that much, honestly, but when I have, it's been feeling pretty good lately. So And I think I actually mentioned it on Carpath's channel. When I entered this tournament with Vayu, it was shortly after I had played in one of his Unchained tournaments where he like unbanned some of the ban list. And I played that with Vayu because I thought everybody's going to be playing like crazy stuff. So I'll play 2 Oppression. And, but I was drawing crazy that tournament with like Sork and Dad every game. So it inspired me to play Vayu for this tournament. So yeah, right now I'm just doing hamster stuff. Nothing too interesting. I just found the second hamster. Because this list that I'm playing for this tournament is more of a 10-foot style list. Actually, I don't even think I have the deck list anymore. It's probably been on Carpath's channel, though, the deck list that I entered for this. And it's definitely been posted. Here, one second. Let me find a spot where it might be posted. Where is it? I'm always bad with this, navigating this place, even though I know. Events, archive, here we go. This was the list that I played for this one. So take a good look. Anyways, back to the... I think that's the 3rd Raikou and the 2nd hamster. Just all I'm drawing is like flip effects and trap cards. No actual engine. Milling the plague is obviously nice. So here I'm at 2 darks. I think I probably just flip Raikou and say if I mill another dark, then I'm good. Then I'm just going to go for it. No, I guess I just... Maybe because I didn't think I could actually kill that turn. I'm not sure if I had the damage. And now I can actually hit something with Raikou. Makes sense. I did know about a defender, which is funny. Oh, this is funny. This is one of the many times where compulsory goes crazy for me. So I just chained the compulse to Raikou. And I milled 1 dark, which is great. Exactly the number I needed. Of course, I could have just brought Plague out of my grave if I milled 2, so. Game 2, I definitely... man, I wish there's a way to... You can probably hear my clicking on the mouse this entire time, which I wish there was a way to fix that. Let me just double check something real quick. Interesting. Yeah, I wish there was a way to get rid of the mouse clicks, but hopefully they're not too loud. I really don't know how to stop that. Like, it's just... I wish there was a way to, like, play fast forward on Dueling Book, but not go over stuff. And then the play button's too slow because it actually... Play button will play the game as if it happened in real time. Okay. I think with the Armageddonite, I was hoping to hit into a Pyramid Turtle instead of a tomato. The nice thing about Armageddonite is like it won't run over Pyramid Turtle, and you don't want to do that, but it will run over Goblin Zombie. But then there's the tomato, which actually is a bad... It's like a card that kind of... It's weird to say that it counters... So I think I almost forgot to pump here, but whatever. It's weird to say that tomato like counters Armageddonite because it doesn't really like stop it or anything, but I'm not sure if that Solemn was even correct. Titanial is really good against Vayu. Especially if you can get tokens on the field too, but even without them, she's pretty good. I did have the Mirror Force, which is nice. So it was not a problem. I should probably pay more attention to these games. That is a card I definitely did not expect. Because I could have brought out Plague. And I think I considered bringing out Plague too. But I just thought, oh, there's no reason, right? And then I ended up bringing it out anyway because I wanted to get rid of this token because I thought, like, they have the Mizuki, right? Yeah, they have Mizuki for Goblin. And I knew they had Plasma in hand, I think, from Stratos. So I was like, okay, if they have any normal summon, they can get Plasma out, and Plasma's a big problem for me. But they had Foolish for Dandy, so they're going to get Plasma out anyway without even using their normal summon. It's funny. I think plant decks just for some reason give Vayu a hard time. Unless you have Oppression, obviously. If you have Oppression or Deck Dev, you just blow them out. But if you don't find those 2 trap cards, I think the plant decks just have like a inherently good matchup against the Vayu engine. Black Rose, and they use the effect to turn Card Trooper to attack, I think. Yeah. So I opened Dust Shoot again. That's nice. Always nice. And I actually have the Oppression this time. And I've done this before where if I don't have anything with Grepher, but I don't want to, like, not use my normal summon, sometimes against zombies I'll set Grepher, and it's risky into Mizuki or Zombie Master, but I wasn't entirely sure. I don't know if I knew for a fact they were playing Zombie Master. But yeah, a lot of the zombies can't get over this anyway, the 1600 defense, so. And I have Dust Shoot to put away anything that could get rid of Grepher if I really cared about it. And obviously they're going to think it's like a Raikou or a Hamster. Or Vayu. Or Plague. But they're almost nobody's going to think it's Grepher. So they have Turtle, D-Draw, Heavy, Trade-In. So the Oppression is probably not sticking. It definitely isn't. And like I said, they have trouble getting over Grepher. So I'm pretty sure this turn I could have killed if I chose not to pop with Raikou. Because I could flip Raikou and just mill. Grepher, pitch Vayu, send whatever I need. Bring out the Armed Wing. And then brain control the Pyramid Turtle. And maybe like... I don't know the damage exactly. But I know I could have killed if I completely disrespected Gores. But the odds of Gores were high enough that I figured it was fine to just... pop the turtle and not let it float and then save the heavy for later, kind of. I felt like I didn't need to do all the damage this turn. Because I still haven't normaled, so if they do drop the Gores, I'm in like completely fine position here with Caius. And even though I say that, I think it does take me a couple turns now to actually kill them. Yeah, because of this dandy pitch off of Wing Blast. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Um, More nothing. Do they have avarice or something? They should be dead, right? Surely they're dead. Okay, yeah. Well, that's that replay. Not too exciting because I'm just like facing a deck that's not like completely real. One sec here. What is going on? Here we go. Match 2. And this one I think is against Freya. Yeah. She's like the best quick draw player. She's like consistently topping stuff with quick draw, which is very impressive. And like I said, I think plant decks can give Vayu trouble. And I definitely was given some trouble here. I opened like pretty well, I think. I wanted to mill here so I knew like what I want to rota for, be it like Greffer or Armageddonite. Gore, Sengen, Lonefire, Debris, Titanial, Foolish. My mills have not been good at all. I mean, I guess I got the one Sirocco, but damn. I knew they had Gores, and I think I just wanted to, since I had the heavy, or the Mirror Force, I just decided, whatever. We'll see what you are willing to go for. What did I do here? I think I probably let that go. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, my goal here is just to get them down to where they can't tribute over something and end up with Titanial and 1 token on the field. So they would have to. Of course, I had the bottomless anyway, but this is looking pretty good for me. It just helps that they open the Titanial. Drawing 2 of my 3 Siroccos after already milling 1 wasn't great for me either, but it worked out. We survived. This game I remember being very frustrating, actually. I crowed this because I thought there's only 1 Treeborn in their entire deck, and I don't want to get Caius right now. I wasn't sure that there was 1 Treeborn, but I was pretty sure. Man, my mills are really not doing it this game. They're really not doing it. But that's just how value works, I guess. So here, I blind called Caius because I'm like, like I said, with the crow, I really didn't want to get Caius. She discards 2 Caius and then mills 2 monsters, which puts her at 5. And she milled an Avarice, but didn't matter because she had another one in hand. That's just crazy. So that was annoying. I'm like, man, I did this amazing blind Mind Crush and almost got punished for it. And of course, she's milling Dandy. I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, this is where I made a mistake. I think I'd been sitting with these Siroccos in my hand for so long that I tunnel vision, but I definitely should have just summoned Plague and made Catastor. Also, I could have killed an extra token if I had done that. Because I think I knew, did I know about a Titanial in hand? Maybe not. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I think I knew about a Titanial, and Catastor contests Titanial better than this does. My plan was, I think I just, once I got here, my plan was set Plague, and when it gets run over, I can normal Sirocco, stack for Plague, and make Black Rose, but that is just like way, way, way too slow. And I die here. Second match in a row where somebody uses Black Rose's second effect on me. I think I just set the Solemn for quick draw stuff. Like if they had actually opened like quick draw Dandy, I think I would have maybe had to Solemn it there just because my hand does nothing to quick draw and Drill Warrior and all that. Speaking of which, you actually can't Solemn this effect, the effect to summon itself, but you can summon the drill itself. Not that I would, maybe I would want to, I don't know. And then of course, Avarice. Like this is just painful. And they have another one. She's got the second Dandy and the second quick draw. So at this point I'm down pretty bad because my hand is just kind of slow. And it's annoying that all the stuff I make is going to be like the stuff that my deck naturally makes is 2300, which is just like not good into the 2400 Drill Warrior, obviously. So I just had to kind of throw my cards into the grave, hoping to make something that can't get hit over by Drill Warrior. And then also I wanted to make something that could clear 2 tokens on 1 turn. They immediately crow because I think I was at 3. Yeah, I was at 3 darks. Do I? No, I think I probably just, yeah, I just set the Raiko and Compost. And finding the Compost, I was like, okay, I'm totally fine here. I'm great. And I'm like, okay, here I wanted to Compost like preemptively in case they were gonna like Caius me or something, but yeah, the trap stun was pretty insane there. Finally do my first bit of damage, but like it is so over for me. I think she gets back, yeah, she gets back quick draw here because she can just make Nitro and kill me. So that's match 2. Didn't go very well for me at all. Very interesting. Match 3. So now I'm 1-1, I think. I might have gotten a bye, I don't know. Who can say? Or somebody like might not have shown up. That'll happen from time to time. I don't think that happened this time, but Dueling Book is being slow right now with these replays. I don't even remember what I'm against in this match. Raiko and Dust makes sense. By the way, I'm doing like only my perspective. Well, that tells me it's Black Wings. I'm just doing, only my perspective. So the logic behind my plays makes sense. Sometimes when you see some like the other person's hand. So did I set Solemn? Yeah. So this like allows me to push on my turn. I like that about Dust Tornado. in the main is that you can like set solemn behind it, or in later builds that I've played with, you could like set return behind it, obviously. I considered solemning that just for value, but I'm like, nah. It was not worth putting my life low against Blackwings. Do I just... Yeah, I think I just go for it. I don't solemn this, do I? I probably just let this go too. Yeah. Because I don't really need to worry about if they collude. Okay, yeah. They do have the collude. That's so unfortunate for me. At least I can get rid of it. That's funny. Did I have another target for Rhoda? I did. I wonder if it was correct to set the Rhoda there. Because they might have ended up heavying anyway. Oh, I just have an insane top deck here. One of the many times that I just draw insane in this tournament. I remembered that. I was in a terrible spot there if I didn't draw something like Caius or Brain. I'm not sure about siding this in, honestly. Don't love that idea, but... That's an interesting clue from them. I don't... yeah, you probably do spend it if that's your only monster, maybe. I remember this game. I'm pretty sure I just get beat down by Bora. And I spend the entire game like behind tempo and just trying to play for value. And at a certain point I needed to like cut my losses and just say, I'm going to have to make a bad trade. Here I didn't want to activate heavy in case of, Starlight Road. I always hate that when you draw heavy into like 4 back row and you're like, well, this card is like dead, or, or I'll have to just go for it. I could have like dusted randomly, but I think I was worried about them having like Yada, Dust, or Icarus themselves. Hey, Ryanide. Good luck at locals. Yeah, at first they tried to special, and then I'm like, you can't do that. Yeah, and then I die. Because I just did not have defense that game. They just had everything for my... They just could stop every one of my plays and just beat me down with Bora all game long. Just kind of funny. That just occasionally happens. Never feels good to get pierced for 1600 for no reason at all, but you just gotta accept it. There's every Raikou gone. Yeah. Hey, finally you milled the Sirocco online. It only took 9 mills. Or milled an armed wing live, I should say. I think I forgot to side this out and it just paid off. Because I would absolutely side out of Dust Shoot, but, occasionally you get rewarded for forgetting to side things out. Every once in a while against frogs, like I'll have MST or something and it just like randomly is okay in that situation. And that Icarus kind of tells me that they don't have much, like they can't deal with my pressure. Nice. You love... I mean, Hamster doesn't actually do anything right now, but, you still love to wall them out. And I'm just like not afraid because do I have solemn or something? Yeah, I do. I have solemn oppression, so. I'm making plague. Because this can hit over and not worry about Kalut. Yeah. I think that's the idea. I don't remember why I did this. Feel free to analyze these replays and decide if I did something stupid. I've looked at them like more in depth in the past, but I don't think I'm playing like particularly amazing in these, but but I won the tournament with it because it's Vayu, and that's just kind of how Vayu works sometimes. It was funny, like winning a tournament and then like topping another tournament like the week after. I was like, damn, I guess I'm not trash. It was a pretty cool feeling, I guess. So here I'm against Paana. At a deck Devastators before this, he had played Virus Dragons. And I knew from this tournament, like from other people who had played against him or replays and stuff, that he was playing Virus Frogs in this event. Which seemed like a really awful time for me. So I'm pretty sure my plan in this game is just to kill him as fast as I possibly can. And hope that I can kill him before he can, like, virus me or, like, summon some obnoxious card like this one. When DV loads, yeah. This card is, like, so good against Vayu. It's funny because it's also an, unlike Vanity's Fiend, this is a Eradicator. You can use this for Eradicator. But also, unlike Vanity's Fiend, I can hamster while this thing's on the field. Of course, it doesn't matter if I get deck dev'd for that many. And now my dad is dead because I've got 5 darks in grave. Yeah, I was just so cooked. I really do not like the virus cards, but, you know, it is what it is. I just set this up because I guess I don't want to get Caiused on it or something. So just doing the normal frog stuff on turn 1. And I think I might have even sided one in just because I'm like, if your whole thing is to virus, then I can just hit your virus's end phase, hopefully. This is a funny one. They crow here, and I actually burialed. I think Carpath recently featured this replay. And because of my horrible deck building, I actually had all 3 Armed Wing to kill in one turn here. This was definitely my fastest match of the tournament. I'm pretty sure I had like a big break after this one because both of these games were so fast. Yeah, pretty similar to the last game, but they have the crow this time and I don't have burial. Would have loved to keep the tarantula against frogs. This is gonna be set up a series of very funny turns. So they hit over me with Sirocco, then I hit over them with Sirocco. Then I forget what they probably just like Caius me or something, or like End of Anubis maybe. I don't know. Oh, they virus me somehow. I know they do. I think they are gonna steal. Paana's gonna steal Sirocco from me, and then virus me with my own card. Yeah. What am I back row here? Two bottomless. Yeah, there's nothing I could do about this. Here's where they go in on me. I knew that they had mirror here. And yeah. But I just had to go for it and force it out, I think. So that potentially next turn I could do something. But now all my graveyard effects don't do anything. And here in the chat I type, I need my dad, because I had exactly 3 darks, and lo and behold, I drew dad off the top. And then we discussed like whether you can activate dad under Anubis, but you definitely can. Let's see, next replay. So at this point I am 3-1. So now I'm up against, he has like several names. On Dueling Book he's Tia, and then in Discord he's like either Moom or Ichigo Kurosaki. Very interesting to just summon Hamster and attack. I'm pretty sure I knew that Moom was on this like James style Chaos Dragons with flip monsters. And I've played some flip dragons before, and my impression of the deck is basically it's similar to frogs kind of, where it's like just kill them as fast as you can. They actually do have a considerable amount of defense, and that explains the hamster attack because they had the Book of Moon. But against flip dragons, they do actually have a way more defense than frogs, but if you can get through it, then they are kind of bricky. And like against decks that can brick, I think you should just attack them and force them to have more activity than they usually do. Same thing with like Light Sword. And here's the other problem with that dragon build is like the red meds can have trouble like actually getting value because they run such a low dragon count. And they found the God card. But I don't think it'll be too insane for them right now. Does not feel great drawing all monsters. What am I going for here? Am I going for a plague play? I am. Yeah, I guess I'm just saying, you know, you don't have it. You can't stop me. The burial means that I can, I don't know. Yeah, just go for it, I guess. And here I'm like, I think I spend time thinking about how to play around track and everything. So I do take my time here. Pretty big turn. And they forced me to play it out to see what I had. Which I will do that oftentimes as well. And it also sometimes lets you know about your opponent if you force them to play it out. Lets you know, like, you know, are they generally cautious or what, you know? It's good that I found Gale so easily, because Drago could be a huge problem for me. Like if my opening hand was like hamster, you know, and like only ways to set up value stuff, that could have been a really big problem with the Drago. So it's very nice to have an out to it. Once again, like I said, I'm just trying to pressure them as fast as I can. Yikes. I'm without defense now. But I think here... Do I go for Brio? No way. Oh yeah, because now I can just pitch the Plague anyway, I think. I think that's what I do. I just pitch it anyway. Off of the grabber. And stack. What am I stacking for? Oh, they have Crow for it. But I have Burial. So at this point, I'm just going for, like, you better have Fossil Dyna, I guess. Because I just am going to have so much stuff on the field that you can't possibly stop it. And that was sufficient for me to get the win. Now it's my last round of Swiss. And I'm against Kirsch, who was on Hero Beat. And he was actually on the, I don't know if I knew it at the time, but he was on the version that is not playing Diva. He's on like the more traditional, I think he was on Snowman, Skyscraper, all that stuff. And I was like, oh, please let me win this so that I can get into top 8 or whatever. And for this event, the top 8 was actually double elimination, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, I guess I wanted to deprison the Stratos because if you deprison Alias, they can often just use Gemini Spark on you. Whereas deprison Stratos, you don't have to run that risk. So I'd rather use the Raikou to get rid of a Alias because you can't Spark Raikou in the damage step. Okay, I was smart and did not go after this one. Although, honestly, it wouldn't have been that bad because it was a deprison, but usually I think if your opponent... Of course, this is like one of those, you know, one-upsmanship kind of a thing where if I set a monster and I'm on a Raikou deck and you know I'm on a Raikou deck and then you set a back row, usually you're saying, please hit this back row with your Raikou and waste your Raikou effect because I don't care about this back row and I don't want you to hit this other back row that I've had sitting here for a while. But then there's that thing where it's like, oh, but they know, you know, they know that I won't hit the new back row because that's usually bad. So they're actually going to set it anyway, even though it's a valuable card because they know I won't want to hit it, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, speaking of the Gemspark stuff, I don't know if that Solemn is correct. Solemn is such a tricky card. But I was drawing Solemn like a ton in this tournament. This is just the painful Hero Beat stuff where it's like everything feels chainable. Even their monsters are somehow chainable. So it's like all your targeting effects they just go neg almost all the time. Speaking of which, holy shit. Like, this is just painful. So, I guess I'm trying to play around honest here. Ouch. I had to hit the MST and not the bottomless, you know, like damn. Dad? Dad would be nice. Of course, this is a pretty good... You don't love to mill burial, but it's okay, I guess, if you're milling Vayus. And at least going 1 for 1 on the Gemini Spark isn't the worst, but 4 cards to none is pretty good when you're the Hero Beat player. Yikes. I don't know if it's this game or if it's a later game that I summon a pretty cool pair of monsters. This hand feels pretty good. Dust shooting now. And they didn't even have the gores either. It's kind of interesting. They have Spark? Okay, but still it's like a 2 for 2. Oh no, they actually did go plus there. Damn. Well, sort of. I went plus on the hamster, so I'm probably fine. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Like, I guess I could wait until they attack into my Raikos to use their effects, but I don't know. It feels like such a waste to just for them to be wide open like this and just not even go for it. It feels like a waste, but I don't know why I pumped there. It doesn't actually make much sense. I think I'm just used to doing it, but it's actually like really bad, I think, to do that instead, like into a potential gores. But yeah, here's where if I make Stardust and Thought Ruler, like how am I losing this game? Like what can they even do against Stardust, Thought Ruler? Because like they each cover everything that the other doesn't cover. I guess neither of them covers Ab-Zero, but if I have traps for that, then I'm fine. And that's game over. So we do make it to a game 3 in this final round of Swiss. I think it was the 7th round. Oh my gosh, this tournament's so long. Going through these replays, I remember when I was recording this when I was originally recording this to try and like make a YouTube video. It's like so many rounds. It's like 12 rounds or something. Maybe I should split it up into multiple videos. Like if my plan was to do it for YouTube. But anyway, here we are. We're doing damage. I've actually been playing Hero Beat and Tengu format lately. It feels so much more fun to play Hero Beat and Tengu than it does in Edison. I think I was fine with risking Starlight Road there because I have the Caius to deal with it. I didn't want to allure there because I think both of my cards I thought could be really valuable. And I'd rather allure on a later turn. I think I allure away Arma. Yeah. Because now that my Raico's stuck, oh, of course, now it didn't. Painful. What do they do here? Oh, I guess I left dust shoot in. That's not good. But lucky for me, they hit the dust shoot. Once again, big mistake in siding. Do I have another thing set up? Are all my bayous gone? Just 2 of them. Nice. Almost game here. I think I get unlucky here and they somehow pulled this out like miracle off the top. Oh, there it is, yeah. Because that Sidra wouldn't have done shit. Which one did you draw? The better one. Damn, that sucks. So, that's how I finished Swiss. On to Top Cut. I started off against a Blackwing player. Sorry about that. Hopefully someone finds this interesting. If nothing else, I just have been wanting to get this these games on the channel somewhere for a long time because people sort of asked for them, so. Invalid token? What are you talking about? There we go. Okay. I talked about this in a video that's on Carpath's channel, but when I was playing this Vayu for this tournament, I was like, wow, there's really so many, like some of the advantages of Vayu over more rogue deck like Cat. It's just that one, Vayu can actually OTK and Cat basically cannot OTK. And that is pretty huge because you can just steal games if they are weak for even a second. Like if you just like clear their back row at like the right time, or if you just like, they just aren't, if you play through their back row for a little bit and then they just like have a dry spell, you can just like often just find spots where you can just kill them out of nowhere. Another thing that I thought was impressive about Vayu was just that you could do a bunch of damage early like I did here. Blackwings are kind of this way as well. You can just do a bunch of damage early and then not even have a plan for what you're going to do later on in the game. Just do a bunch of damage and say the rest will work itself out, and it often will. Whereas when I'm playing Cat, I feel like if I don't have a clear plan for like everything that I'm doing, like if I make a play, it's either to get into a better position or it's to win the game. I'll never put myself into a worse position just to get my opponent's life points lower, because I will never find the last little bit of damage. It's just not going to happen. I have to be, with Cat, I have to be, what happened there? Did I just die? I think they had like 3 Kalutes there. Sorry. I was worried about some other story. I think they had like all 3 Kalut in that game, if I remember correctly. Like They like summoned one off Shura, maybe? I don't remember. Maybe that's a different one. No, I won that game somehow. Okay. Great commentary. You find this interesting? Oh, thank you. Maybe this is the one where they find all 3 Kalut. Yeah, so they summon one after using the other. Vayu Engrave is nice. Cannot mill the Sirocco, even though I'm playing the 3 for this tournament. One thing that is nice about 3 Sirocco is it's pretty good in the Blackwing matchup. Yeah, and they have the dad. They just drew, I'm pretty sure they just drew kind of insane this game. And I even like had this chainable and stuff. Like I was like, I got this brain come on the crackback. Like you are so done. And it's like, I think they have the 3rd Kalut here. They even popped the, yeah, like with this, I'm like, they definitely have the 3rd Kalut. They have it. They have me dead exactly. That one was like, damn. Now this 3rd game is one of the funniest games I've like maybe ever played. So I wasn't sure what to do with this opening hand because Shura would punish everything. I did want to set the Mirror Force for that reason. It's nice that I had the Dust Tornado for that. I drew both Kais that I was playing in this build. Yikes. I think I left in an oppression intentionally because this is a more of like a player kind of a thing than a deck matchup. But there are certain Blackwing players who they synchro summon like crazy. And sometimes it's not like a stylistic thing. Sometimes it's just like, well, the right play is to synchro summon a bunch. So you can't really always make a read like that. But I think in game 2, I was just like, I'm content just like playing it really slow. And I think that if I don't let you do a bunch of like comboing off on me, I'm probably fine. So I thought leaving an oppression wasn't the worst thing in the world. Like if they can't use Blizzard or special Bora, special dad kind of stuff, I thought I would be pretty fine. I do not like setting Vayu at all against this deck when they haven't seen a single Shura. And that did not really help the equation. I could hear like summon Caius, banish my own MST, but that just felt bad. I'd rather like bluff the 3rd Raikou or Hamster. Like at this point, based on my grave, they should probably realize that one of these is Vayu. But I'm pretty sure that me drawing Gale here is game over. By the way, 3rd thing. When Blackwing players don't put anything on the field, you can almost guarantee that their hand is like brain dead. Especially with heavy already gone. Like they're not like waiting to heavy you. Like you can almost, I guess this is not game. There must be one other card that I draw that makes it game. There it is. That makes sense. Burial makes it lethal from 8,000. So I special the Gale, normal Caius, banish, MST, make Armed Wing, and then Burial back for the second one. And then I flip Vayu, which I don't think I needed to do, but whatever. Yeah, their hand was like kind of reactive here. They didn't even have dad, but they did have the brain. Oh, they wanted to they like do this and then this. But they still would have just hit 2 value, so that would have been fine for me, honestly. Like, if you Black Rose 2 value into my grave, like, I'm pretty happy about that. So, I don't know what their... Yeah, their hand was just weird. So, we won game 1 of Top Cut. On to the next one, which is against 10 Foot. And this is one of his first tournaments that he played on Frogs. Recently, he has been putting a lot of trap cards in the main deck of Frogs, like Torrential and Deep Prison. Which, obviously, I think he just likes... He and I both love trap cards. We love to, like, fit as many as we can into every deck we play. But also, I think it makes sense in Frogs, at least to catch people off guard. Something I've noticed is that some of the best Frog players in the world all seem to sing the praises of trap cards. Ronok loves trap cards. 10 Foot loves trap cards. Frazier loves playing like Torrential and stuff. So Dimitri loves trap cards. All of them in Frogs, that is. So I think it's... So do they have swap or something? I just wanted to get the Miracle Fusion dead by putting the hero back. Anyways, you know, maybe it says something that all the Frog players are such big fans of trap cards. Fast start from 10 Foot here. I think I'm going to go for, yeah, I'm going to special Grepher here. By pitching Caius. Wow. Makes Dad live, yeah. Makes sense. It's funny because both of us are playing very tempo. We both just like vomited our hands onto the field. And I didn't even normal. That's crazy. He and I know each other, so he's kind of goofing off over here in the chat. Don't mind him. Yeah. Stop thinking, emoji. So I think whoever wins this will go on to play in winners finals. This is a pretty standard play. Stratos with swap. You can summon Stratos and special out the swap to get your Treeborn live from the very beginning without like eating damage on turn 1 because the Stratos kind of blocks it. Or you can bounce the Stratos instead of the swap. Nothing too interesting here. Unfortunately, that dust sheet is dead currently. Oh, I think this might be an interesting one. Some of the matches I had against 10 Foot were actually very interesting, I think. I don't think it's this one though. I think it's the second. I waited until he attacked. That's interesting. Oh no, after draw phase prior. Never mind. Okay, finally drew something. So I know he has Alias Rhoda Miracle. Yikes, that's not great. So yeah, that wouldn't even work either. Yeah, I was gonna say I could Arma if I played Necro, I could send Necro, but that wouldn't even protect it because of both Alias and Stratos. This is just like not going my way right now. I'm getting beat down by heroes in frogs. All of my back row is stuff that is not answering his actual cards. I have the oppression for Miracle if he ever plays it. What am I milling here? I milled Torrential, which is not great. I think that makes sense, this play. Just trying to finally do something. Of course, now the Unifrog. Why'd I guess I can't hit, yeah, that makes sense, of course. Can't hit over Alias with the 1700 attacker. So we did have the rug there. Does he Miracle? I do have the oppression for it, which is helpful. Okay, we're not in the worst spot in the world here. Down to 1100. Just no econ, please. I do have Solemn for one card. Whatever the worst card he could possibly play is what I have to spend Solemn on. I don't even know if that was correct. Probably it was, but what sucks is it turns the oppression off. And does he have another Miracle? Not yet. Now anything that hits over Bayou will kill me. Yeah. So that was a weird one where my traps just like weren't the right traps. Special this out. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I think I tribute over the Armed Wing, but maybe not. I guess not. I tribute over the Grepher. Just for more damage. Turn 1, or I guess it's turn 2, but early Vanity's Fiend is pretty nice. Does not feel great there. And they special the swap for defense while I have the brain control. So I think I'm on to winners finals now. Hey, Echo. Just going over a month's old tournament run that I had. On to winners finals here against Krish, another familiar face. Top 4 was me, 10-foot, Krish, and Freya. So very talented, well, at least other than myself. Very talented top 4. The other 3 are constantly topping events. So once again, facing Hero Beat. I remember this one being kind of... Our first match was very close, and I lost to that Miracle top deck over Caius. And I remember this one also being extremely sketchy, like very close. Yikes. Interesting skill drain. I considered MSTing there, but then I didn't. I think part of me wanted him to just be like, play as if the skill drain was going to win the game for him, and then MST it at the right time. I don't know. Maybe that was correct, maybe not. Goyo would be really good under skill drain. I was not drawing Spirit Reaper very much. The nice thing about if your only back row is Deep Prison, you can flip it on Alias and feel fine. Ripped in E-Call. I was hoping to be like, okay, you're out of monsters, right? You're surely out of monsters, right? It's like 2 E-Call Stratos and Alias gone, and then he finds like the 3rd E-Call. I hit it. Is there a reason why I hit that end phase? I can't remember. It could have been for, like, Solemn or something. It's looking pretty good for me here. Miracle is a pretty good card. I think I might... What do I do here? I think I was considering... Yeah, I compulse the Gale. That's very interesting. It's a little bit strange. Oh, it's because I knew I had a Catastor here. And also Gale itself isn't out to Ab-Zero, so... Did he have Hero Blast? Yay, I'm so glad I didn't hit the Hero Blast this time. There's no way I'm going for this, is there? Mirror's gone, but I guess I'm thinking if you had Torrential, you would have played it already. Nice. I don't remember if it's that game or one of these upcoming matches, or one of these upcoming games, I should say. One of these where I just did exactly what I was talking about earlier, where I just go for a bunch of damage early and hope the rest works itself out. I'd much rather Plague, Eat, Knock than Raikou. Knock is such a strange card in this format. I thought for sure this one was the Gemini Spark. That's why I went for the new one. But obviously that did not work out for me. I had a really strong feeling that it was the old one. Like if I just order those in the opposite, if I MST the old one instead of the new one, this entire turn goes completely differently. Sometimes you lose the 50-50 and that can like lose an entire game. Am I out of... Did I set Rhoda here? I guess I could have gotten Greffer, but I'd rather pretend to have defense and protect the... No, I'm not even protecting anything valuable. Yikes. Granville can also just completely solo Vayu as a deck. Because there are games where you're behind tempo and you're drawing all flip monsters. And Granville even answers the synchros. Like, it's just crazy. Okay. Mind Crush seemed really good here in this matchup. Like, especially with this one where they're, like, searching out. They have, like, even more searching cards. And they rely more on Honest, I think. I was worried about Morphing Jar here. That's pretty funny. I don't know if I'd actually seen Morphing Jar. Excuse me. Being played by Krish. Or if I was just, like, checking all my... What would it be? I don't know. Covering my bases. To all, like, 10 of you, remember to play in Deck Dev next month, February 17th. Deck Devastators. It'll be in edisonformat.com Discord. That seems pretty good. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the turn where I commit because I'm like, I can do so much damage. Yay. But I'm not sure if this is correct because if they do have Miracle, like it answers my entire board. And I remember what I was thinking. I didn't realize I was going to leave myself with 0 cards in hand. My plan was to, like, Mind Crush Miracle here. Because I'm like, oh, I just lose to Miracle. If they don't have Miracle, I'm completely fine. But I forgot that I needed to keep a card in hand for that, so... Honestly, they probably should have, Is there a reason why... I think they probably should have summoned Grandmill second for Torrential. Not that it ended up not being a big difference anyway, since I drew Torrential anyway. I knew they had the ocean, so I just Mind Crushed there while I could get some value out of it. Because once I set the Solemn, obviously I can't use it. That was a pretty good draw. Kind of bailed me out. That's the nice thing about playing a good deck. And that's crazy. One of the great things about Compulse is that crazy battle step chain happens, and then still in the battle step I can, now that the just kill. That was really cool. I forgot that a little bit at the end. And now we're on to grand finals, and what do you know? 10-foot has made it back to grand finals, clawing his way through loser's bracket. I think he had to defeat Freya and Kirsch, who I just beat. How's everybody doing? Enjoying this amazing Vayu Turbo tournament run? So we have Stratos. Stratos gets Ocean. We're doing this stuff. Excuse me. Another Stratos search. I don't know if it was correct to hit the Mirror Force. Who can say? Because he does obviously get just like infinite advantage from the Swap Frog, but I'm just going after that back row. He just keeps drawing it. That's funny. He just has tons and tons of back row here. He's got every hero in his deck in his hand or grave. And I desperately need like a Gruffer or Armageddon, probably. He goes after the new one because it's like the most likely to be torrential. Yikes. I probably do Deep Prison, yeah. Compulse is not feeling amazing currently. It's not really doing anything, but every card will have those moments. Gonna Black Rose the whole field, huh? Do I solve that? Probably. Hey, Armageddon, that's pretty nice. Finally. I can maybe do some damage and pray there's no gores. What's my dark count look like? 4. So if I get this Armed Wing specifically going to grave before anything else, I can potentially get Dark Armed live. Which I thought would never happen in this game. Yeah, so if I Caius Tribute over this, then I can summon Dad. Please don't have gores. Or Fader. You're not supposed to have that. Gotta go for it. As unlikely as it was for him to not have anything. And I'm dead. Had to give it a shot. Even more traps. think I mind crushed the the Stratos right now. The annoying thing about this play is that he's able to do his swap stuff without rug. I guess I don't know if I needed to mind crush the Stratos there because I could have rugged it, right? But maybe I wanted to save rug for something else. I don't know. And I draw a second rug. Awesome. This game, I remember being a very weird one. Because I think I just draw a trap. And I'm just like struggling to survive. And then he just starts beating me down with heroes, I think. While I'm sitting on like literally all 3 rugs. No, just 2 rugs. Yeah, just 2 rugs currently. 2 rugs and Solemn. Now I have all 3 rugs. 3 rugs and Solemn. But, okay. What's my grave looking like? I have Armed Wing that I can bring out at any time, but I don't want to bring it out when I don't have to. And there's like nothing I could even hit with it anyway with hard duplock on the field. Do I just... No, there's no way I just set troopers there. Okay, I'm bringing this out. This, by the way, around this point in the tournament, I think both 10-foot and myself are like, our brains are not functioning. We are completely exhausted. Yeah, I just summoned this to defend myself and force him to try and summon something to deal with it. Or activate a card that would deal with it. More traps. I'm only drawing traps. You could argue that I should side more of them out, but I think people often side out too many traps against frogs, honestly. Finally, I draw deck dev. Finally. So I am forced to solve that, obviously. And this is going to eat another rug. Surely. Oh, I was thinking whether I wanted deck dev there, like chain deck dev to the thing, but it's like I still need a way to deal with Caius. So I think I just have to rug here, even though I'd rather deck dev and get rid of the dupe lock. Because it would have made the dupes miss timing and everything too. I hate actually deck deving as Chain Link 1, but, you know, who cares if they get the swaps back? And I have the second deck dev to get the swaps out of the hand if I really care that much. And now I get hand knowledge, which is nice. As well as clearing the way for damage. There are 2 times when you want to activate deck dev against frogs. One of them is before they do any frog stuff, because they can still draw into frogs. And the second time is when they have dupe block established. Other than that, deck dev doesn't really do anything to them. Like in the middle of the game, if they're just bringing back Treeborn every turn in the standby and tributing it off, deck dev isn't actually doing much. Like, if they've already gone through the sub combo, and they're just bringing back Treeborn every turn, your deck dev is not going to do anything. All it does, it'll just give you hand knowledge so you know, like, okay, they do actually have Gores. And you can maybe, like, hit a Fader, I guess. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. So, like, somehow I'm not dead yet in this game. Like, it felt like I drew terrible, but I'm just, like, clinging on to life. Do I deprison? Yeah, I do. Oh, but I choose to deck dev. That makes sense. Because I know I'm going to hit 2 swaps out of the hand as well. I'm going to hit both monsters on the field and both, or the swap out of the hand. Where's my value? Are they all gone? They are all gone. So I'm like way out of gas. But Brain is nice if you ever put something on the field. Let's hope the Deep Prison can deal with this guy. Nice. Burial, very, very, very nice. Very good draw there. What stinks is, like, as cool as it is that I'm surviving this long, I think at any point, if he draws, like, Brain or, I don't know, I guess, like, Brain or something like that, I just lose. I think, I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure at the time I knew that there were, like, a ton of draws that just kill me, despite the fact that I've, yeah, that'll do it. R.I.P. Oh, and I think I knew about this torrential, maybe. Maybe not. So now we're into what some people would call true finals after grand finals round 1. And I do think this is one of the tougher matchups for Vayu. Frogs, that is. Yeah, so I rotated for Grepper so that I could allure away one of the 2 darks if I needed to, whichever one was worse. Or a different dark that I drew into. So I'm going for the speed play here, specialing the Grepper. What's the idea? Oh, I'm going to make Dark End or something? I figured since I had the chap shoot, I could let him search something out. And I'm willing to attack into the Gores as well, because my entire game, my entire strategy relies on just winning on speed. Whoa. Oh, I must chain it to this effect, right? Okay. I should chain it to the effect of Treeborn, not on the resolution of Treeborn. Because if right now he can econ tribute this off, but if I chain it to the effect of Treeborn, he can't econ, obviously, because it's not on the field yet. Mirror Force, Swap Frog, Unifrog, Alias, and Junk Synchron. So I know about a Mirror Force here. And Alias. The Alias is annoying because I think yeah, Alias can hit over either one of them. I guess it couldn't hit over. If I turned Dark End to defense, then it could hit over that too. So I think I was just like, well, I gotta do this. If I turn Dark End to defense and attack with Gruffer, he just doesn't Mirror Force and it hits over whichever one he cares about with Alias. Probably Dark End, I guess. But it's okay. I just top deck Dad. I said Father Time, which could be read as Father Time. But that's not the way I meant to emphasize it. Unfortunately, I didn't hit another dark. That would have been fun. Part of the reason Bayou's so good is you can just draw Dad when you need it. That's definitely, it just like comes like, it's an inherent boost to your ability to draw Dad is when you select Bayou Turbo as your deck. So he's clearly got like Fader or Gore, or it's got to be Fader. He's got a, I don't know what his, does he have Miracle here? I think he does, right? I guess not. Ah, okay. What is my play here? I do flip this. Oh, that's why. It's because I think my plan is to mill a second Vayu, and I can just use Raikou to pop and then compost the Raikou back, set it to mill it again. So he has the Caius, and I can just compost the Raikou back and eat the 24. I think compost was just so amazing this tournament. Why is this in the deck? Oh, this is game 1. Duh. Like, why is this in the deck? Mill Vayu. Darn, no Vayu. I think I have Cartridge here. Yeah. And now I mill Vayu, finally. On to game 2. Ew, disgusting hand. In fact, I think I remember when I drew this hand, I messaged somebody on Discord. I was like, this hand needs Gruffer. Just like whispered to them. It's like, I'm so screwed unless I find Gruffer. And there he is, right on time. He was drawing like Stratos with Swap Frog every single game. But fortunately for me, he never drew Gores. I don't think he drew Gores at all. Obviously very good. And that was an enormous torrential. Like the most... I could have gone more aggressive on that first turn, but I was like, oh, the torrential, it's so juicy. And I was lucky that he played into it, because... I don't know if he had to, but what a juicy, juicy torrential. That probably, I don't know if I win this game, but if I do, that torrential is the reason. Yeah, I think I'm just once again going for maximum speed against frogs. Don't give them a chance to draw good stuff. It's always so crazy when I do those huge graph returns, and then I remember just watching them. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even normal summon, so then I like set Raiko. I think Tenfoot has talked about playing Needle Sealing and Frogs, and this would be an amazing time for him to activate Needle Sealing, like set it behind the Treeborn. Youch. He has Miracle here, I'm pretty sure. The Value Mill was really good, though. Okay, so that's interesting. Because I could just tribute over this and target Ab-Zero. And then bring out Armdwing, right? Am I crazy? Or bring out Armor Master. But I don't think I do that. I'm pretty sure I don't use Caius to deal with Ab-Zero, even though maybe I should. Like I said, I think I have 4 brain cells left. Sorry. Like my brain was not functioning here. I don't even know if that was... Oh, I think I decided that both plays lost to whatever back row it was. So I decided to go for this one. Because if I make Stardust here, yeah. If I had been able to make Stardust, I could have made Armor Master, crash Armor Master into this, and then negate with Stardust and go for the kill, but... the Caius play would probably have been better, because it would have at least gotten rid of the Ab-Zero, like, for sure. So yeah, I think I misplayed there big time. Oh well. Like I said, my brain was not functioning anymore. I think this was all like a one-day event. Like it was not like Swiss and Top Cut separated, even though the Top Cut was double Elim top 8, I think. Which, by the way, I like only squeaked into top 8. And I'm starting to get really low on life points, I think. But I think my hope is to get him even lower on life points. Like at this point, my brain is so dysfunctional that I thought this was game, even though it's 200 off. And now I'm like eating a ton of damage, potentially over this Raiko. Yeah. An enormous amount of damage over the Raiko, but it's okay. We never get punished for playing terribly, even though I probably should, because we just draw Caius. And that's how I won. I won despite like playing horribly in that game, but the torrential really saved me. Anyways, that is the entire tournament run for HRC 2. You can see 10-foot's list here. Well, if it'll show it. Ah, there it is. That's his list. Oh, sorry, that's my list still. There we go. It was showing his for a second there. Oh my gosh, why is it? Oh, one of them is Krish's list and one of them's 10-foot's list. That's so weird. Anyway, you get the idea. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this overview. I'm kind of burnt out. It's always so exhausting narrating an entire tournament run. Like, it's been like almost 2 hours of me talking nonstop. And I guess I can do the one I played with Kat, with Camellia Cat, as I would call it, in the RBET. In that one, I got top 8. And I think I was X1 through Swiss. This one, I barely made it into top 8, but then I just never lost. Or sorry, I didn't lose until grand finals once I made it into top 8. So, but yeah, like I said, I would play a different value list if I were to play something now. I would probably play with Return from the Different Dimension. I'm not entirely sure on the 2 Sirocco, 3 Caius thing, but it did work out for me at the IRL tournament that I played at. So, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed.